Welcome to the Code Cafe. I'm your barista for today. My name is Colby, and I am trying to finish the rest of Brazilian Cake Lady. I think this is either my last or next to last cup. And I'm very excited because I've got a bunch of Cometeer stuff that I've been looking forward to. And also, I can't make Brazilian Cake Lady taste very good. So, there is that. So, today we are going to be back at it, doing some front end stuff, getting our menus right, getting our CSS looking good, looking fine. I couldn't connect to my Epson printer earlier, so that's why that was there. And okay. So just as a reminder, this is where we stopped last time. Once we have this over here, it doesn't show any indication that it's there. So we got to fix that. If I click this, you get some of these things. This is now looking okay. But it's not functioning exactly how I want it to function. So we are going to make it work. I'm gonna get some stuff in here, make it look good. So what I should have done, if I were smart, is I would have grabbed the actual URL where I found this sidebar. So what I'm gonna do is Google. Yeah, I'm gonna Google a very specific thing in here. So we're gonna Google this. We're gonna wrap it in quotes. That way. There we go. Found it. Smooth collapsible sidebar navigation, baby. So yeah, here we are. Inbox has like a little logo boy. Yes, it's got this icon, and we want these icons. We want these icons. So we're gonna get some icons. So let's say time of day. Throw that boy in there. We've already got these icons in here. But I'm wondering, are they switched based off of the CSS? I'm betting that they are. So if I look at features item icon. Oh, no, they're not. Interesting. Okay. So this is just everything. Oh, hello, Fee. Man, the Ween Ranger. It's you. You're, your Army Hammer, who, boy, did he fall out of favor real quick, huh? Let's see. We got some stuff to display here. BX file blank. Okay. Yeah. Get that coffee, Fee. Get that coffee. There you go. Oh, man. I love it. It's still working. We've done now like 2 streams without me like having to restart anything on the server. That's awesome. That's like a world record. We're doing great now. Feels awesome. I guess what I want to do now is look for like free SVG icons. SVG repo. I want one for the sun. Give me a sun. Please. Give me sun. This looks pretty good. Oh, this looks much better. I like the way that looks. Doop, doop, doop. If I click that, it just downloads. Okay. Well, all right. HTML include SVG. Add vector graphics to the web. Oh, you gotta have the vector graphics. Quickest way, image element. Okay. So it's literally just an image. Okay, great. One day we should hire a baker for this cafe. Oh, now that's a good idea. Fee, actually, Mia had this really great idea for a project that I may end up doing in the future once the window frame is sort of out, I think. And it would be really neat if we had a site basically that ran alongside this stream to where you could customize what drink you're ordering. And based off of like the data that I receive whenever I get a coffee from your username, I can check my database and see like what sort of coffee does this person want, and then based off of that, I can either modify the animation or change the text that's displayed on the side, make the barista give you a little evaluation on whether or not they like your drink or not. If they're like, oh, I see we have another lavender oat milk latte. How quaint. A cafe mocha with high foam. High foam is an interesting one. That's actually, that's pretty cool. Dare you call me out like this? I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Here, let's do this. So we'll do CP downloads, sun SVG. So we'll move that into site experimental assets and then sun.svg. Okay. And so now here I can include, what is an I? I element represents a span of text and an alternate voice or mood. What? Oh, wait, what? Otherwise offset from the normal prose in a manner indicating a different... Okay, so this is... No way. No way. Okay, so it's like italics, I guess? Ugh. Very strange that they're like that detailed about it. So I don't need that. What we will do is img class equals something. We will set this still. We'll set that. But we will also set src equal to, we want to do equal to asset/sun.svg, right? I think we can just do that. I think that works. Like the Doctor Strange cafe latte. Cool to... Oh, okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. That would effectively be like... So the Alamo Drafthouse has special limited time menus for their movies that come out, and you can get things like... I don't remember what the one for Batman was. The Batman Alamo Drafthouse menu. I want to look it up. Because like they didn't do anything really stupid with it, because they could have been like Dark Knight hot chocolate, but they didn't, I don't think. Okay, what do we got? Oh, never mind. They did a bad. Oh boy, they did it bad. Okay. They only did it bad once though. So, here you go. This is get ready for some down-home Gotham cooking. And here are your 4 menu items, your 4 Rockstar menu items. The Dark Knight Roast, very good, yes. Yeah, down home. First menu item. The Gotham fried chicken sandwich. They specifically put a space there. I know it's supposed to be Gotham, but it does say Gotham. But I do like just saying Gotham. I think that sounds the best, the most correct to me. Originally, this stuff on the bottom here, I was like, oh, is that like a I don't know, like a burnished banana pepper maybe? But no, it's mustard aioli. It's just a lot of it. Crispy fried chicken topped with ham and Swiss on a toasted bun. Served with fries, a pickle spear, and justice. Okay. Gotham cooking. The crime burger. Yes. And then there's this. The Enigma popcorn. Which is a delicious combination of popcorn, real butter, cinnamon sugar, garnished with fried churro bites. So you got these little pieces of churro that have been all cut up. It's not justice, it's vengeance. Gosh, did they even see the movie before they did this? I missed the chance to call it Gothamburg. I feel like, yeah, the Gotham burger, I guess. The Gotham burger. I wonder if they did that for a previous one. Oh, I made a big mistake. I didn't refill my water. I just got a coffee. The Utility Belt Red Beer. It's Modelo Especial with bloody Mary mix, garnished with olives, pickles, celery, and a lime. So this is just a Bloody Mary, really. Like, this is a Bloody Mary with a beer, I guess. Dressed with chili lime seasoned salt. Ooh. And then the Dark Knight cocktail, very creatively named. The only drink that strikes fear into the heart of criminals. Sailor Jerry spiked rum, shaken with grapefruit and maple syrup, topped with sharp ginger beer. So, I guess the question now is, like, what do any of these menu items have to do with Gotham or Batman or the movie? I don't know. I don't think anything. But I will say, why not, like, the Commissioner vodka? Yeah, like, I think we've got Gotham, we have Enigma for the Riddler, we've got another Batman thing and another Batman thing. They could have, like, there are basically 4 main Batman characters in this movie. Riddle Me Twist is very good. That's a great name for a drink. You could have done Batman, Commissioner Gordon, Catwoman, and Riddler, right? You could have gone Penguin, right? That would have been a good one, like an iced drink or like a milkshake for the Penguin. Ooh, like a minty milkshake that, like, makes your mouth feel real cold. Ooh, he's the Penguin. The Penguin Martini, like a real classy joint. Yeah, that would work. I just think that's very good. I think it's very good and very funny. So if I refresh this, what's it look like? What's this club? Oh God, you're right. It's the look at that. It is the. I almost said the Thousand Sunny. Iceberg Lounge? The Iceberg Lounge. Right? It's the Iceberg Lounge. And then there's the one that's like the club below the club, which is like, I forgot what it's called. Like 22 Below or something. I actually need a white sun. Is there a way to, like, change color on SVG? How to change the color of an SVG element? Filter green. To filter to a specific color, use the following code pen. Convert a hex color to a CSS filter. Okay. Huh. Man, you should be in marketing. The iceberg parfait, that's pretty good. That's not bad. Target color, white. Compute filters. Nice. Okay, so if I come here, I'm going to do, for this icon, I'm also going to do white-svg. And in CSS styles, we'll do dot white-svg. Go. And then we will paste this filter in. That should work. Oh, guess what time it is? Ah, it's just a red shirt time. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, great. Welcome. Oh, thank you. A kind soul is refilling my water. They understood how parched I was. The fact that I'm gonna dehydrate and turn into dust as I continue drinking Brazilian Cake Lady. Let's see if this white SVG filter worked. You know me, I'm all about filtering whiteness. Ah, dang, it didn't. Oh, I didn't... Did I not put the class on it? White-SVG. Yeah, there you go. Ew. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I do not like that. Oh, I don't like that. Maybe it's just that... Did I just make it too big? Is that what it is? Ooh. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Ooh, this is good. Okay. I like this. This is nice. Home about contact. Hello there. Welcome. Have some Latin. This is me. I made this with this website. Nice. Super simple. Yeah, card.co did most of the work. It looks great. Contact. Nice. Great. Good Latin. This says do not contact me. Crazy. Afi, you don't know how to spell cultured. That's how uncultured you are. You can't spell uncultured. Only the finest Latin for customers of just a red shirt. Ah. Perfect water. So, my favorite water flavoring has just ruined my life. From Stir, I used to always get the liquids, specifically grape acai. It's called iced grape acai in the old flavor. And now I got the new flavor, and it's just not as tart and delicious. So I think I'm going to like try and switch it up. I may try, I think what I'm going to try next is strawberry watermelon, right? Because that sounds like it'll probably be tart. So I'm going to do it. Salsa dance of your choice. Nice. Okay, so the problem that I have with this, oh, well, that looks fine now. Why did that look like such garbage earlier? Is it just flavoring? Does it come with nutrients and the sweet vitamins? I don't think it does, no. I do not think it does. I think it's literally, I think it, as advertised, it is just some flavoring. There we go. But, like, why? Why does it look like that? And then, like, I minimized it. I came back. And then it looked better. Why did it look better? Do I, like, should I resize the window maybe? No. No. Sit back down, old man. And show you how a pro does it. Let me see. So SVG files, if I'm not mistaken, are actually just text files with a bunch of complicated instructions in them. I was correct. Circle, okay. And then these are like all the lines and stuff. I just need to know what the color is. Like, how do you specify a color of an SVG file? Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, so SVG file. SVGs are, scalable vector graphics. So whenever people talk about like vectorizing a particular image, the nice thing about SVGs are, and this is, I think whatever CSS I'm doing is like not taking advantage of the fact that this is an SVG, which is why it looks kind of butt. But so like these graphics are supposed to look good at basically any size. So if I like, whatever, copy the image link, go here, look at that. Like as it blows up, it looks great. And the nice thing about it is basically, under the hood, if you take a look at the data, what this is it's not actually an image. So if I take a look at an image, and this is binary, right? Under the hood, it has like some data, a header that says. In fact, can I open this up as as just text? Give me open it with a text. Yes, open it anyway. There we go. Okay, so you see, I've just opened this. Yes, a sun. I'm aware that the sun exists. So yeah, you see that this PNG file has a bunch of gobbledygook, right? This is all the data of the image, and at the top you've got like what format it is. You can see like this was like. Some headers, I'm not positive what IHDR means, but you can see SRBG. That's like another color space. So there's some header stuff up top, and then eventually it starts like with the data of like what you're actually supposed to be displaying, and then whatever piece of software you're loading up knows how to interpret this and make it into an image. Whereas an SVG file is actually a text document, from Adobe Illustrator or anything really, but like there are a number of, I think Inkscape is the open source one. But yeah, so it's a document that provides a set of instructions for how to draw this, and it's agnostic to size. So if you notice, like I did earlier, I can open this file up, and no matter what I do with this window, it will resize and it will look exactly as good at all sizes. And that's because instead of displaying a bunch of pixels and then having to either fake data to make it bigger or throw away data to make it smaller, there's just paths. It's just like, so this is like draw a circle. So you can see there's a circle in the middle. There's the X and the Y and the radius. And like this is like the base format, and then you change those XYs of like the view box, the background, all this stuff, the style. I imagine style is probably where I want to change this to make it white, but we'll see. And then and then it's just a list of instructions, which is great. It's awesome. Looks like an open eye of SpongeBob. Yeah, I can see that. SpongeBob doesn't have bottom lashes, though, does he? I don't think he does. think bottom lashes are not a SpongeBob original joint. You know what I mean? SVG file color. I see that the filter is not what I like. So yeah, open. Okay. Path, circle, polygon. There you can add your own color with the help of the style attribute. Okay. So I could just do this. Can I do that? So if I do that and then I refresh my site. Where is it? There it is. Give this a big refresh. It's programming to draw. It's conditionals and scaling up. Yeah. Yep. Instead of changing the draw into programming. Yes. Okay. This is interesting. Something is happening here that's like not allowing the SVG to do its thing as well, which is unfortunate. It's okay. Yeah, I think we'll keep filter then. Like, if this doesn't matter, then we'll just keep filter. It's fine. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. What was that? Oh, okay. It's an ad at the bottom. Got it. Okay. So we will keep that. I will undo this. Great. So I now have my sun icon. I want some more SVGs. I want like right arrow. What about next arrow? Some of these are pretty good. I like this one. I like that one. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll download this one and do previous arrow. Jesus, Fee. You're lucky that I'm not using this for anything yet. If I use this for something and I have to like cut out your chat messages again, I will do it. I will time you out. I will do it, Fee. MV. Actually, we'll just come up here, right? And then we will do next. We'll just call this next.civiga. And we'll do previous. And we will call this prev. Okay. I've done it. Drive in my house and punch my cat. Good luck. You can punch my cat. Good luck. My cat will probably kill you. And I mean that. Okay, so we'll do this. We're not going to need that. We'll do next.civiga. And prev.civiga. Catty is so old. He is 10. He's 10. Which is pretty old for a cat, honestly. This is going to be like this is going to be like a little sad to mention, so so Mia, if you don't want to listen to this, maybe mute. I'll give you a little bit. 3, 2, 1. So one of the things that I've been thinking about is like there's gonna be maybe a no man's land, right, where our son gets old enough that he has memories and attachment to the cat, to like all 3 of the cats that we have, and then they die and he'll be very sad. But if they die soon enough, then he won't have that, and we can put off like, you know, you're sad about like your pet dying thing for when they're older, and that would be maybe helpful, but yeah. But yeah, I think we're basically going to be we're being set up for like our son's 5th birthday party where like, I'm sorry, have to go bury a cat. Cut the cake without me. Hello, Al Pacino. What a good time to come in. Hey, heyo. Cozy stream talking about their cats, baby. Don't worry, if he's old enough to remember, I'll drive to your house and punch the memories out of your son. Good, thank you. Thank you so much, Fee. You're a class act, a gentleman. Yeah, okay, let's see what this looks like, and then we're gonna start toggling things to make the sizes look better. Great. Oh boy, do I love these. Oh, these are different sizes. Okay. Another thing to look into. Okay. So this. This is part of a flex box. Height 101. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I was right. I forgot I was doing that. Okay, so as part of the original CSS, if I scroll up, I have this thing for all image tags, where I basically say, hey, all images, you're all gonna look like this. And there you go. You can just put that there and I can delete this, I think. And this is because originally I didn't actually render the background with Pixie.js. It was just a regular standard background. Let's see what happens if I remove that CSS. Yeah, it's still fine. Great. Ooh, that's too much. That looks really good, though. Dang. Yeah. The sun! Look at me doing front end. Yeah. It ain't so bad. But now I have to sort of decide on how big are you? Border radius is 34 pixels. Okay, so like I'm setting actual pixels here. Let's just see. So if I set this to image size, I guess, like probably width 50 px. Yeah. Okay. And here, yeah, so features, item, icon. I'll come back to here. And let's do width 50 px. It ain't so hard. Computer bursts into flames. Everything explodes. My loading image is all busted now. Hold, please. Opacity Z index. So let me go back. Hang on. Boop, 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 boop. Ah, da, 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 da. Okay. So what did the loading image look like? Yeah, so its class is just loading screen. Loading screen, height, opacity, loading screen. Okay. IMG.let. I may be able to just like throw this away. Let's see. Is front end underestimated? I've been interested to learn it again, or well enough. I mean, okay, so my opinion on the matter. I basically have spent my entire web dev career just doing back end. I have pitched in and done front end React work a number of times over my career, but I wouldn't say that like I could write a React anything. More like if I'm given existing code, I may be able to modify it to do what you need to do. That being said, front end is a really useful skill to have, because, right, for the most part, if you're thinking of making a website or anything that users are going to interact with, unless your target demo is just programmers, you need to be able to work. Like, you need to be able to have a front end to display something, and whenever you show off something like the customer recommendations tool that I made, you don't want to have to be like, oh, that front end though. You know what I mean? Like, it's a useful skill to have. So yeah, that's what I think, at least. I'm gonna actually go. We're gonna go all the way back to here. If I refresh, okay. Image rendering, background repeat. Okay. Let's go back and do it again. That's a great example. Yeah, I know. Opacity 1. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're more involved on the back end. Try front end. Sure, it's gonna suck. Yeah. Okay. So I will tell you about a madman that I work with. He left a company at which he was like a senior software engineer, and he took a job at my company as a software engineer too, including a pay cut, with the stipulation that he did zero back-end work. He said, I know what I'm doing on the back end. I feel very comfortable with it. I want a chance to work on my front end, and I feel like I could do that at your company. And, because he was a previous employee of my manager, they were like, yeah, okay. I mean, we basically get a super good engineer for dirt cheap because he's willing to, like, not do the thing that he's an expert in, you know? But now he's basically the guy that everyone goes to for, like, help with any system because he now knows it all, right? So it's great. I think you get good enough to code a pretty front end for your own personal, but yeah. Still intend to be a back end dev, yeah. The concept of mobile first or good design. Yeah, so like a lot of the concepts, whenever we were interviewing front end engineers at work, if I go here, so like we're like understanding the box model, right? It was just like, here's the element, and then you have padding around the element, and then you have a border around the padding, and then margin around the border. And understanding like the box model and what it means was like, surprisingly, a bunch of front-end engineers that were like, pretty good at front-end apparently just did not know what it was and could not say what it was and what it meant. So like that's one of those things to keep in mind, is like just little things like that, because CSS syntax you can always look up, but if you understand how like styles cascade, if you understand like, how to write a React element, how to like reuse a React element, it starts to get to be where sort of like in the place where I am, if someone asked me to write like a back end server to do a thing, I don't even have to think about it anymore. If they're like, hey, we want a server that like, we want an application that does blah, blah, blah. And they give me a bunch of data, things that it needs to return, ways in which it needs to return it. And then my brain automatically knows what I'm going to build. I'm like, okay, yep, okay. So I've got this layer here. I've got this layer. I've got my data layer. I've got events that'll pop up this way. And like the interesting parts are going to be like figuring out this subsystem or figuring out this algorithm to do this. And I'm sure that you'll probably pretty quickly get to that point as well if you like focus for a couple of months on just trying out new front end stuff. Mia's totally right. Yes, you have to be willing to fail to get good at stuff. Which is like a lesson I'm sure we all could use. I refuse to fail personally. Yeah, that's fair. We are going to go SVG, free SVG icons. Yes. Oh, we're back here. Okay. So I like the left, actually. I want to relook up right arrow. Oh, sorry. I did next, right? The next arrow. So this is the one that we have. I want one that's a little thicker. You know what I mean? Get up. Come on, get down with the thickness. This boy. This is who I want. Perfect. Perfect. Public domain. Free to share, remix, with the following terms. Attribution, okay, sure. Okay, cool. This license might also be referred as no copyright or CC0. Ooh, okay. No author or author waive the right. Okay, interesting. CC0 license, so there's no copyright on it. Heck yeah. Great. Love that. I love this for me. Is your company looking for any sysadmins? Hiring remote. My company? No. I think we probably have a couple of people in IT, but almost all of our stuff is like AWS engineering managed. So almost certainly not for us, but, we may have, our friend Jeremy may actually know of some places. He's also a sysadmin. So that's, he was just talking about setting up like, SD-WANs and like going to different sites and setting up routers and putting up different switch configs and stuff. It's in Waco, though. Which is like, that means something. You're gonna put this back to 2 tabs the way God intended. Okay. Okay, so we've got our SVG icons now. I need to fix this now. Excuse you, sir. The sun just went, ah! Let's see. So this switch, instead of 60, if we do 75, is that gonna work? 80, maybe? 90. 85. 85 works. Okay. Width of 85 on the switch then. Class switch. 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 Here we go. 85. Still fully asleep. Love that. Yeah, our baby will sometimes wake up Like he'll wake him. You can see him if you're looking on the baby monitor. He'll wake himself up and he'll like look around, like really confused about stuff, and go, ugh, ugh, and then he'll like put his head down and rub it on his hands and like rub it on the bed, and then he's like, ugh. It's very funny. Oh, did I not download this? No, I did. Okay. There we go. Imagine being asleep for a time and then appearing in a different place. Yeah. True. It's called being blackout drunk. Fair enough. So, this is looking pretty good so far. Almost done, I think. This next still isn't. It's not the new one, I don't think, anyway. And we've got to fix this loading screen. Something about the loading screen is busted now. So that's good, and then get into this one. Is it just me, or does the pre-scene one look like it's like thicker than this one? Is that right? Is your town inspired in a real town? It is, actually. Let me see if I can find... so I paid someone to make this art for me, and I believe what he does, just based off of sort of the stuff that he sent me, I believe what he does is he actually gets like a photo of a place first, and then he will like start to do art based off of that. So his base image for this was this image. So if I put this one over here, oh, I forgot that would happen. Then I'll put this one here. There you go. So that's what it looks like. That's the sort of difference. Should have made it, yeah, at least add a Whataburger, yeah. Bottom arrow does look thicker. Okay, good. Good. Seems like a different one. Okay. This is a nice sunset view, which, to be fair, we can get something similar if I do that. Pretty good. Ain't bad. Something like that, you know? Bam. So yeah, that's a pretty cool image, honestly. Experimental. Yeah. Okay. Did I pick the wrong window? Oh my god. There's so many of these. Okay. Let me go to previous arrow. This. Okay. Who made this? And can I take a look at other things that they have made? Interface icon collection. Uh-oh. Hang on. Heck yeah. Big sneeze. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So there's our previous. Where's our next? Excuse me? Do you not have a next? What? Can you just rotate the arrow you chose? CSS rotate image, rotate SVG. Let's see. Flip SVG. SVG along the x-axis, so it's upside down. CSS transform rotate. Okay. Dot. Don't want to do this. Let's rotate dash 180 maybe. Then I'll do rotate is that right? Transform rotate 180. That's you have good ideas. So we'll do prev here and then rotate 180. Or I'm simply a front-end engineer. Hello, I'm very smart. This loading image not being here. You better don't. You better stop it. What is this? Is it 180 deg? No, it is. Stupid CSS. Stupid. Best front end NA. Yeah. Yeah, true. Okay, so we've got that done. This font looks kind of not great, but that's okay. Also going to change that. So first off, I want this checkbox, and then checked equals true. The other day about this project. So creating a different reality in a browser. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going for here. Thank you. That is exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm hoping to basically sell that illusion, you know, give you something that like is predictable but mildly interesting. That's the hardest part is like, so if you've ever rated Nova with me, Nova's stream is really good because they are extremely chill. They're very upfront about like, I want this to be a stream you could fall asleep to, and I want you to be able to like do this and that, and it's just everything is very, very chill. Their way of talking is very chill. I get animated, and but I don't get animated all the time. So having a project like this where like this is effectively like Nova's stream, you go and you're like, I know what I'm getting. I'm gonna get some nice vibes. I'm gonna like, you know, get some stuff that like I can pay attention to a little bit, but it's not anything that's gonna distract me too much. So yeah, I kind of like that. Kind of like that this is sort of on that tier. So let's do some of this. First off, Sidebar on click. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I get angry or scared on my streams, or on rare occasions sad. Yeah, watching your streams is great though, especially when you're like, you playing Resident Evil was very good, because I've seen other streamers play Resident Evil, and like, it's great, it's funny, but your I don't know, your reactions are very good. You're also very funny at Fortnite. Oh. Hello, Carl Mark. Welcome. Yeah, I was watching you do Record Keeper for a while I was playing Record Keeper. Record Keeper seems like one of those, I guess, sleeper kind of games that's like, I don't know how many people play it, but it may be like all of the people. Yeah, what's up? What kind of question you got? I'm here. I'm ready to answer questions. Started streaming Fortnite and immediately had kids come into my stream asking to play with me or 1v1. Oh, that's very good. Imagine like you're playing, you're doing okay, and then you see like somebody in chat that's just like, "Hey, you're not that good. You want to 1v1 me?" You're like, "Why? I'm just trying to hang out." God. I think I'm actually going to take out the tooltips. I don't really like the tooltips. I think they're kind of like in the way and annoying. Or maybe not. Maybe like... It's good here. It's not good when it's open. Oh, I see. I see what's happening now. Okay. Space Dog Princess. What about Space Dog Princess? Do a combo FFK and develop an overlay. Yeah. Space Dog Princess. Yeah, who did the overlay for the Pokemon game. Yeah. For sure. How bad are global variables? Building a Frogger clone to make it possible to easily change the number of rows, both the frog's jump length, and how I draw the graphics of this. So would that be a good use of global variables? Okay, so like a lot of things, it kind of depends. Are you writing this in JavaScript? Do you need different copies of this number at one time? Python, object-oriented. Okay, so if you're going with object-oriented code, what you want actually is to have those variables set and changeable on like some sort of a global game object, basically. So like you create your game, right? And then part of your game is like the field and the players that like the sprites that are on the field and you know, stuff like that. Having that like overarching game object, keeping track of things like how many rows there are, how many columns there are, jump length and stuff like that. So the frog's jump length, usually whenever you are thinking of object-oriented programming, when you think of things like this is the jump length of the frog, that sort of thought means that the jump length should probably belong on the frog. So the frog would, whenever you call like jump on the frog, it would jump based off of its jump length. And then you could just set the jump length on the frog whenever you create it or have an update method for it. Build the game object so you can call it to get the information. Yeah. Either... There's a couple of like philosophies on how to do this. Either your overarching game object is actually what's creating every game and managing the states of the games. In that case, you don't actually need to expose any of that data. But if you have logic that's like, outside of that, like your actual program is like calling the game and like doing stuff based off of the rows inside of the game, then yeah, having a thing to just expose those would be fine. Hacker Man. Notice all the movement interacts with a movement function. Okay, so kind of like a movement library. Is that bad design? It's not. It's not bad design. No. It all depends on how you've like architected your solution. So I think that that's totally fine. With your movement function, then if you like pass in your frog, as long as your frog has like a property that that the movement function can access for like it should be able to take in anything and take a look at this property that you've defined, like jump speed or length or whatever, and then grab that, and then that's how it knows how much you're supposed to move. So like as long as you have those properties exposed, it's totally fine. Scared of repeat code? Yeah. I would be scared of repeat code as a final solution. Don't ever say final solution. What am I doing? What you're supposed to do is like, if you find yourself in a situation in which you're repeating code, you're having to like copy and paste it into a bunch of places. It's kind of fine as a temporary solution, right? Like you're sussing out what works and what doesn't. And to that end, I think it's totally fine and reasonable to say things like, yeah, you know what, this movement code, like I'm going to copy and paste it a few times and it's fine. And then after you're done and you like have figured out what the common pieces of the code are, the code is like, you know, common enough that you figured it out, then you go back and like fold everything up and say like, well, instead of like copying and pasting this code, I've made this another method. Frog does have a movement function. It just interacts with a movement function. Okay, then yeah. If the frog does have its own movement function, then yeah, you don't have to expose the jump speed for it or the jump length. But keeping that on the class, like keeping that in the frog class, means that you can just access. Whoa, Jesus! Just my chair has too many levers on it, and I hit one with my foot. As long as your class can like access that, you just basically save it there. It's fine. Earthquake, yeah, definitely. How is a one wheel impossible in Fortnite? Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, no build mode is extremely good. I am kind of sad I'm not playing it. Would you recommend I calculate it from the game object class at the beginning of running it, the frog speed? Yeah, I would either like on initialization of the frog pass it in as like a constructor variable, and then have like a default variable, but you could, or like a default value for it, and then you can overwrite it with the constructor. Or if you want to get super fancy, you can have it as a config variable, right? So if you're doing something like reading your game state from like a JSON blob or whatever, you could have the frog's movement speed as part of that. So in fact, ooh, Al Pacino followed Fee. That's good. And Haunter Tribber actually followed me as well. So congratulations to the both of us. So for this project, I've actually got this playlist JSON v2, right, that has like all of the things that I would need for this. So if I come, let me like pull this open a little bit. So we're in Peaceful Valley right now, and the image, this background image, is defined here. I have where my horizon is. It's 3/4 of the way down on the screen. It's about there. And then I have all the animations, which are all of these clouds that are spawning. And so all of these have like their movement and their direction. So whenever I create a new like sprite animation, all of this data is either created with the sprite or it's saved alongside it in a so that I can process it later. So if I open up Sky Sprites, which is what creates all of these, I have my process, add Sky Sprite, right? So I'm giving it the texture, which I've defined inside of, where is that? Yeah, I'll move this over. So, can I just pull this here? Yes. Okay. So yeah, I'm passing in the texture, its Y position, the movement, screen width, size mod, sprite layer, sprite pool, and shader. Of those, right, spawn chance is the chance that it will spawn. So I don't need that. We've already decided that we're adding it. The texture is this image. Its background chance, again, is like calculated outside of this, so that's fine. Size mod is something I'm passing in directly, and then movement is right here, the duration and the direction, so I'm passing all those things in directly. So these are all basically properties of a sky sprite. Yeah. And to me, I feel like if a like good JavaScript dev like saw this, they would probably have some words to share about like what I'm doing here. But I come from like a very back end object oriented kind of world, and so having an object have a bunch of properties that it uses to do its stuff sort of makes sense to me. Functional programming is, instead of like being object centric, it's more about like verb centric, really. So like, this is the thing that processes sky sprites, or this is the thing that, does this or whatever. Proud of your design, but me being proud of it is still bad. Listen, at the end of the day, as long as like what you're making is fun, or it's like, you're having fun doing it, or it works and like you're having fun playing your game, then like that's kind of all that matters. Like the design of it is who cares, really. There's a guy on YouTube and Twitch. His name is Casey Muratori, and he is a low-level C programmer. And he is all about writing his game by hand. No game engine, no nothing. And so he's like doing all of his code by hand. And it's very much bare bones. I'm doing this math. I'm outputting this result. I'm displaying an image like this. And it takes a long time to write something like that. And that is an approach that's a little crazy to me, honestly. Using tools at your disposal and having fun and taking note of the things that are painful while you're doing this. So like, if you're like, man, I really messed up, and it turns out that like all of my movement stuff is kind of jacked, right? Because I have to call these move functions, and each of those has its own way of moving, and there's no like global movement system. Well, then maybe the next time you think of like a global movement system then. Of JDH, he built an OS on his own. Oof. OS, like custom OSs are also hard. Everyone says that I'm drawing it's good. I'm like, yeah, it could be better. I feel the same way when I do like oil painting. Same thing. Starting to really get functional programming coming from a traditionally taught OOP. Yeah. Java being the language that made me get code over C and C++. Yeah. Functional programming is really interesting. But it's not a field that I've like fully wrapped my head around quite yet. Like I've never done functional programming in a like real sense and like known that was what I was doing. So I'm always like, functional programming seems good, but I've never really done it. It ran Tetris, but to be clear, he didn't follow Tetris from scratch. Nice. Sometimes I have as much fun learning about the tools. The new ones are super fun. Custom Linux kernel time. Yeah, boy. When I was in school, like I went to school to do like really low level programming. I am talking like embedded programming on C, where it's like, what is the value of this pin? Like that's the low level programming I was doing. and I was in a class about like digital signal processing. And as part of that class, it was we were talking about where 64 megabytes matters. Yes, I'm gonna build Conway OS, an operating system. The entire backend is built around Conway's game of life. That's funny. Yeah, it is Turing complete. Yeah, so is PowerPoint actually. So that's fun. But yeah, I was in this digital signal processing class, and I was paired up with an audio guy, and he was like, listen, if you can provide me a function to where like I can call it with particular frequencies, and then you output that frequency, I will handle the rest of this project. And so I wrote him some skeleton code to where like I gave him a function. If you input any number, it will output a tone at that frequency. And he was like, all right, I think I'm good. Yeah, I'll get this done and I'll let you know in a couple days. And I came back, and what this man did with my, like, I didn't write that much code, honestly. But what this man did is he used that function, and he had a while loop that was playing manually, by the way, just with frequencies. He was playing the Tetris theme, and then based off of the switches on the board that were on, he was then post-process filtering that and doing the things that I'm doing here in the digital window frame. So like, he was like, look, this is the Tetris theme if it was in a cathedral. And then it was like this big, echoey, like pixelated sound. I was like, God, how are you doing this? And he understood audio stuff. That's just, it was crazy to me. It's still witchcraft. I have no idea how he did it. I looked at the code and still didn't know. Some people are very smart. Yeah, he went to go work for, let me look him up real quick. But the last time that I saw after he graduated, he went to go work for Bose, which is like obviously you did, right? Obviously. Yep, he's still at Bose. He's been there for 9 years and 6 months. Whew. Research engineer. Very nice. Good for him. He's very good. He was a very, very brilliant guy. And him and my other, like, it's really funny to see the sort of differences in people's personalities. He and my other, one of my other engineering friends, they both got into engineering specifically because they wanted to make better speakers and do more audio engineering, like low-level audio engineering. This guy graduates and he becomes like a research engineer at Bose. This other guy graduates and now he has his own business in which like he's not employed by anyone. It's his self-owned business, and people bring him old electronics, like old audio engineering or like music electronics for him to fix. And so he just like tinkers with boards all day and like replaces vacuum tube caps, and he's crazy. After all this, he works as a cashier at McDonald's. Yeah, for sure. And the landscape is so crazy now as far as go. Oh, yeah. I'll see you on Thursday. Bye, red shirt. The landscape is so crazy as far as jobs now. Is it bad that, like, I saw that he's been there for 9 years and my first thought was like, oh, man, did this guy die? Like, how is he still there? And he still has the same job title. That's crazy. But like, I don't know. Let's go check this, the Facebook hellhole. Do I have you friended? I do. Have you done anything? Bunch of people. No, he's one of these guys that like, I love this. I love when somebody is not active on social media. And so his whole social media presence is nothing. It's just, you go to it and it's a bunch of happy birthdays, and then there's a gap of 0 time basically, and then a bunch of happy birthdays, and then a memory that someone else shared, and then a bunch of happy birthdays from the year before. The last thing that this man posted was fall colors with a picture of some leaves. This is in 2015. So that's good. Anyway. Let's get back to this. I have a question. So for the game object, how exactly would you design it? Like I looked up game object. I'm just seeing a game object as a container where you can implement functionality. It sounds a lot like a class, not a specific type of class. Yeah, that's pretty much all it is. It's basically a class that you can hold a bunch of data about what the current state of the game is, right? So if you're, I don't know, let's say that you're like currently in a menu, you can save like, are buttons disabled, or like what screen am I currently showing? Like you can save data like that. Yeah, it's basically a data structure. I mean, yeah, I would say it's like a data structure. If you're not planning on having the game actually implement any of the stuff, so like if your movement system and like the way in which you're controlling stuff is all implemented in other places, this game thing can just be like the overarching thing that has all of those instances of these variables, as well as some like metadata, or you can just have it as like its own metadata class, like the game metadata class, and then you could call that to grab stuff like your rows and columns and stuff like that. Your Facebook is like that? You haven't checked it in a while? Yeah. So it stores game information. Yep. Yeah, I think that's... without seeing the way in which you've like designed everything else, that's probably what I would do. Is I would have either like an overarching class that holds everything that you created plus those attributes, or I would have it as just like a side class that has some methods to like return the data that you've stored inside of it. Yeah, no problem. Arrow collapse class list. I don't actually need arrow collapse. So, okay. What I want to do here is JavaScript detect click outside element. Yes, that's what I want to do. Right, so if I click outside the element, I want to hide the menus. Yes, 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 yes. Using stop propagation is something that would be avoided as it breaks normal. Okay, that's fine. Attach a click event to the document body, which closes the window. Attach a separate click event to the container, which stops propagation to the document body. Including buttons and links. This doesn't break anything. Okay. Not body. For a click event on document, then make sure menu container is not an ancestor of the target. Okay. Is not. Clicked element is outside. Okay. Guess we want the user to be able to click and drag inside of the element. Yeah, not something I really care about. Although all of this is like, oh, good. This is vanilla JavaScript. Good. For those who don't want to use jQuery, haha, here it is. This is what I'm looking for. All right. On click outside of element. Remove click listener. Jeez, is visible. Where? Oh, and is visible element. Oh, I don't even need this, right? I can just do this. Hide on click outside. Mm-hmm. He has 15 syntax. On-click listener, okay. So let me see if I do this. For those of you who don't want to use jQuery. Okay. Number one, space is here. I have to keep doing this. There's like, this whole document is just a mess of formatting. I really gotta... Oh no, I guess the whole thing is 4. I hate that though. I'm gonna switch it to I'll keep it at 4 for now. Right, there we go. So I don't need any of this. Sidebar. Cool. I don't even really need this. I can just do element.classlist.toggle collapse. Okay. This makes sense. Okay. If sidebar dot class list dot contains collapse. Yeah. So if it is collapsed, we want to toggle it and put it out. If it doesn't contain collapse, then we don't, and we want to actually make sure that when you click away. Quick question, does your setup allow you to hear the robot serving coffee? So currently it doesn't, but what I could do is go to properties, control audio, advanced audio properties. Okay. Now I should be able to hear it. Is toggle a new function you created? Nope, toggle is standard, actually. It's... Ugh. That's loud. That's much better. I'll turn it up a little bit. It's loud and scary. Yeah, it looks like this is like... Looks like it's a TypeScript thing? That's interesting. Did you get scared from the coffee bot? Yes. Yes, I did. I've turned down the volume, so it's less frightening now, hopefully. Golly gosh. Everyone is secretly scared of robots. Everyone, I think, is probably pretty openly scared of robots, to be honest with you. Okay, so if I click here, and then if I click here, here, everything is fine. But when I click away, it collapses. Yes, that's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. Okay. So now... Excuse me. Now, I want to implement the sort of functions that these things are supposed to do. Thank thank you. Nice transitions. I appreciate that. Actually, let's do one thing at a time. Currently, our loading stuff is just absolute butt. So let's fix let's fix this. So if I take off height opacity, right? Do I disable that in the JavaScript somewhere? Loading screen.class list, yes. Okay, and an event listener for the transition end. All the children, the event listener, add height opacity. Okay, so there's something with height opacity that I think, well, maybe it's killing me. I don't know. I disagree. It's often not a secret. True. Take, for instance, my baby. My baby gets a little worried when the Roomba gets close. I see, okay. So let's go back up to our loading screen. Here, we're gonna go all the way back. And I'm gonna go up here. Going to copy these. Yes. Control Y. Very dangerous maneuver I'm performing, but I'm a professional, don't worry. Ah, there it is. Okay. So this is what killed us. Okay, that's fine. Image repeat, no repeat. Okay, height and the width. So I'm gonna set all of these inside of the loading screen. Probably take that away now. There is no background image now, so this should be fine. I will do... No, that's probably fine. I'll see you later, Karl Mark. Are robots capable of feeling? If no, then I will not be afraid that a robot will feel I'm in love. Ah, boy, that's a hard... What you have asked is a hard topic. I thought about this a lot whenever Blade Runner 2049 came out. Because in it, right, you've got the replicants, which are basically like manufactured humans, and they still probably have emotions, right? Like they have feelings and stuff. But then he also, the main character, has this like hologram girlfriend who acts an awful lot like a person. And it was my supposition that if a reasonable person could not tell the difference between whether or not she was a human, then she should be treated and have the same rights as one. Because there's no way to distinguish. There's not like a test that you can do to be like, how do you tell whenever software has gained sentience at that point? You can't. So you just kind of have to treat it like they are. In my opinion. That's just what I think. Okay, come on. Is it going to work? Oh, yeah, it is, baby. Wow, this looks great. I think whenever they're collapsed, I'm actually going to like kind of gray the icons out just so they're not so bright. So we will do... We'll do dot white SVG collapse. I guess dot collapse. And we'll go to that code pen, which is here. And I have actually some predefined, where's root? Root, there it is. We'll do like a kind of a gray color. Yeah, we'll do this gray color. So that's going to be our filter. If I come down here and do that, we'll see what it looks like. Nope. Let's see. White SVG. Okay, so... Okay. Oh, I thought it would have detected the collapse class from up here. Do you have any CSS references to properly learn it? Ooh. Ooh. No. CSS, it depends. Okay. So it depends on what you want to do. If you want to know how CSS selectors work and like how to apply certain like attributes to elements, this is the document that it was basically my Bible for a number of years. So whenever I was doing a lot of web scraping, I would use this a lot. So if I come in here, right, I want to take a look at this particular class right here. Or yeah, let's do that. The video side selection, right? So based off of this, I know that the class name is video side selection. So let's do document.query selector all of dot side selection. Since you have to put a dot there, makes sense. Okay. So I've got 8 of them, right? I have a bunch of these things on the side selection, but this is the one that I want. It has an ID, right? So that means that I could just select that. So let's do this. Pound video selection, and then now we've just selected one. But there are other things that you can do as well. So instead of looking up, let's see, yeah, this. So W3 center. So we have this class here, but we also have this class right. So what you could do is you could do. So you want to do div.w3 center. But we want it to be under the right hand side. So you want to do div underneath, like div ID equals right. I think that'll probably work. And then that. So if I just did this, does this work? It does. So yeah, it'll return that, and then you can take a look at the things under it. So yeah, I ended up just going to like W3 schools and using this. As far as like styling things and making them look good, no, I still don't know how to do it. I'm still very much like wee little baby brain, don't know how to do anything front end really, so oop. Let's see. Yeah, I forgot. Me actually went through a number of things as far as that goes, so that may be able to help. And it's free. It is free. Correct. CSS selector. Parent class, right? It's like the parent of an element. Yeah, okay. Not what I want. I want to like CSS selector, current class, and parent class. Selectors are unable to ascend. That's fine. Has parent selectors. All of these are not what I want. Parent. Okay. So yeah, not what I want. It's free real estate. CSS selectors. Selects all elements with both name1 and name2. Selects all elements with name2 that is a descendant of an element with name1. Okay. So it should be the other way around. That may work. Let's see. Refresh. Please work. Please work. Yeah! Look at that. And if I brighten them up, they're white. Great. And we'll do this. Hover. We'll just switch it right back on to white SVG. Just read the disclosure on your title. Yeah. Is it against TOS to have babies on stream? Boy, I hope not. But no. I wanted people to know that I am the baby here. I have maybe the cutest baby in the whole world. The baby will never be on Twitch. And I didn't want people to be like, "Oh, the cutest baby in the world is going to be on this Twitch stream. I better be there," because he's not. See a huge bearded baby right now? Yeah, baby, it's me. Okay, I think this is starting to look actually like really good. I'm surprised I wrote this. And by I wrote this, I mean like I didn't write 50% of it. I just slapped in the code, you know what I mean? His daycare teacher has confirmed. Correct. And she teaches daycare, so she knows. So what I want to try here is, let's go here. So we've got this icon. I want to do ID equals time of day. We'll do it here too. This will be next. And ID equals prev. So now if I come in here, up here where I've got my like initialization stuff. This file's getting too big. I've got almost 500 lines in it and nothing is structured well, so I've got to have another like cleaning session soon. Okay. Document dot query selector, and we want time of day, right? That's what I aimed at. I totally remember things. Yes. Okay. So I get time of day. Const time of day button is equal to that. Do I really need this? Maybe not. Sleeping streams are good and satisfying. Yeah, that's good. Time of day button dot on click is equal to a function. We're just going to do console.log. Boop. The test that I want to run here is I want to see if I reload this, right? Everything goes okay. It's all displayed. And then I come over here and I click this button. Will it fire the on-click handler for the button that I'm clicking or for the sidebar? Both. The answer is both. Okay. Okay. That is fine. That is fine. We'll find a way around this. Cool. So that's okay. Here, we'll do this. And we will do next button, prev button, next prev, and there, and we'll just make this one next, and this one prev, and this one day. Okay, so these are going to be our test things. What they're actually going to do is do the things that they're supposed to do. You know, turn on and off time of day and turn and switch the scenes. So, yeah. But yeah, I think we've got to stop pretty soon. But I want to see real quick if I can get this to where like JavaScript on click child only, not parent. Today I came across a bug where my code coverage tool does not detect your unit tests. Ooh. Oh no, that's not good. So that means that like your code coverage tool is like they're like only 84% of this code is actually covered by tests, and you're like, hey, dog, I spent like 5 days writing unit tests. What are you talking about? Okay. Attaching a cliffhanger with stop propagation. Stop propagation is apparently not a good thing to do, though. So you take a look at this. Sender element. Check if sender is the div element. Okay. Okay. That I am pretty sure I can do. So if I come in here and do this. Event. We will, if event.target equal to sidebar, then we'll do this. And Okay. Yeah, let's get it at 80%. You have 70%. You failed today. Hey, listen. At work today, I spent all day on one unit test, if it makes you feel any better. We basically wrote a relatively large UI overhaul in the course of like a month. And as a result, there wasn't a lot of time to like put in unit tests and do it like the way that you're like technically supposed to do. And so I come along and made some changes to that code, and then, you know, obviously someone who's like on my team and not on the team that wrote this UI is like, you should add some unit tests for that. I said, yeah, but there aren't any unit tests for this so far, and so I kind of don't want to be the first one to add one because I'm not on that team. And he was like, yeah, but it'd still be a good thing. I said, all right, fine. Here we are 2 days into figuring out how to get that unit tested. And I finally got the pull request up. Basically, like, it was grabbing a bunch of its dependencies inside of the function, so I couldn't hook on to anything in order to, like, mock anything out and try to, like, mock what, like, things were supposed to look like and what things are supposed to function like, so... I ended up having a pretty bad time. All right, let's see what this does. So if I come over here, aha, and then, dang it. Okay, so let's do this. Console.log, event.target, well played. Well, part of it worked. Part of it worked. Let's go here and let's do this. Okay. So target is that. Target is that. Okay. If event.target is equal to sidebar, and the sidebar contains collapse. Oh. Jeez. Stupid non-capitalized B. Big dumb. The B stands for big dumb. Okay, click. Perfect. And then close. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Perfection. Genius. That's great. I am dang proud of that. So if I come here and I open this, when I click here, this is feature items draft, feature items text. Okay. But this should like bubble up to this LI, right? Yeah. It should bubble up to the LI. Right? LI. Okay, hold on. Prev. Okay, no, I did. Okay. I did give them IDs. Okay. This is ID equals... Ooh, getting a little boop up in here, huh? Oh, nice. Can you ask a business question? You absolutely can. I don't know that I'll have a business answer, but I could try. So for this, I want to do time of day icon. I'm going to actually switch all of these to icon and icon. Okay. And, well, sorry, not icon there. Prev here is where it should be. ID equals... Wait a second. Hang on. If I just switch these IDs and put them up here, I think I just get that for free. Is that right? Let's find out. Do you know what the first steps for being an independent contractor programming-wise are? Kind of. So there's a lot of things this depends on. So in a lot of cases, if a company is like contracting you to do like contracting programming work, they will set it up to where you are a contractor for them. You sign a bunch of paperwork, and then they will send you like a W-2 or W-4 or a 1099 or whatever, however they're going to pay you. And then they'll get you set up. If you wanted to set up your own like software consultant business, you could do that. You have to pay to set up an LLC, and then they would contract your LLC, and then your LLC would pay you. And I'm not sure how to do that. Okay, that's right. We were going to test this. So I click here, day, next, prev, open, day, next, prev, day. Cool. Nice. JavaScript, toggle checked. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Toggle checked. Okay. To do, hook these up to their appropriate functions. And then that's it. I'll have this UI set up. Second part is what I think I'll need to do. I want to be able to develop applications or contribute code and contract work if needed, but also do things better tax and liability wise with an LLC. Okay. You also gave me the answer I was looking for because I need to look up tax documents to make sure that I got that covered. Yes. There are a couple of resources out there. What you are probably going to end up doing is filing for your own LLC that is in Delaware, because setting up an LLC in Delaware is very cheap. It's like, by very cheap, I mean like it's $300 and something, I think, which is still a lot of money, but it's less money than in other states. So yeah, setting up your LLC does give you like some liability. It means that like, I guess I think you're not personally liable for a bunch of stuff, but your taxes start to get complicated. And I don't know, by the way, not a lawyer, just in case, not a lawyer. Yeah. So yeah, so it looks like we are done for today. We've got this document looking really nice. I think actually what I may want to do here, if I go to, show me the CSS filter. I want to see what filter has as far as like opacity goes. Opacity, it does. Okay. I'll do opacity of like 50. Look at you being a front end dev. Yeah, look at me. Look at me. So if it's collapsed, then I'm going to do opacity 50%. And then this will do what I want to do. Not a real baby, not a real lawyer. I know. Just got to get, Jim Adler, the Texas Hammer, out here. He'd know. Here we go. We go over here. I highlight, they turn white. This is pretty good. Pretty good. All right. I think that's probably going to be it. Thank you so much for coming. I'll be back at it on Thursday, doing the thing that it is that I do. And because I didn't raid them last time, but they're doing some fun stuff, we are gonna raid Nova. I like Nova. Nova's great. Nova's pronouns are they, them, so keep that in mind. But everyone go say hi, go be nice. They're still working on their 3D conversion of Final Fantasy 1 into Godot. In the, I guess, Final Fantasy 1 pixel art into 3D stuff in Godot. That's what they're working on, which is very cool. My dog's name is Nova. Nice. Well, this human's name is also Nova. So we are going to go ahead and raid them and say hi, be nice, and I will see you back here on Thursday, where we're hopefully actually going to get done with most of our front end stuff. We've got that to do, and then we've got our list of to-dos, which is floating around somewhere here. To do, ta-da. There we go. So that menu and then toggling time of day. Yeah, no, once we're done with this menu, we're it. That's it. So that will be it. We'll be done with the front end, and then I can start working on shaders if that's like a thing that is interesting. So we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Whoa! Hi, Coding Vibe. Thanks for the raid. How's your day going? What all were you working on for your software, and game development stuff? Feel free to plop any self-promotion links. Hi, Just a Red Shirt. And Mia Moore?